Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how to produce your A3 Apple lamp project design sheet. Now the design sheet is going to be a mix of a little bit of research, just to give a bit of background about what it is we're doing, and some sketches and drawings based on the lamp design that you're going to produce. So first of all, you can see that I've got my questions answered to my using my fact sheet. Just a bit of information about Sir Johnny Ive here, who's our famous designer that we're looking at. I've got some information about Apple and aluminium, which is the material we're going to be looking at and using. A bit of information about aluminium itself and the material properties that we talk about when we're talking about aluminium, ductility and density. Also, I've got my images just to kind of illustrate those points. And I've laid it out on the sheet. You could have it all down one side if you wanted to, it's completely up to you, but I've decided to kind of chunk it up. Main two pieces of information here about design on Apple and aluminium, material properties down here, material and aluminium just over here, and I'm kind of created these kind of two areas here in which I'm going to add my sketches and drawings. So what we're aiming for, obviously what you're designing is this Apple lamp. Call it an Apple lamp because we're going to use aluminium to design it, to make it, to manufacture it. We've got a LED strip here and a wire. At this point we're just interested in the shape, and we can see that the shape is made from a flat sheet, and we've used this kind of contemporary kind of style 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-sided shape on this particular idea. And then we have kind of two, I suppose you call them two sides or two legs that are being bent. So you're going to be cutting and shaping, and then you're going to be bending the metal as well. Before that stage though, you're going to make some models. So I'm going to give you some card, and you're going to make 2 card models. So before we make the models though, we're going to decide on a shape. Now we're going to limit you to a 5-sided shape, so no more than 5 sides. So this shape 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. So when we're drawing, sketching, we need to bear that in mind. So let's get going with sketching. So first of all, obviously we're going to do this freehand. We're not going to use any rulers or any equipment, just completely freehand. First of all, I'm going to do some small sketches down here in this space, and all I'm going to do is create some boxes. Okay, we call those crates, remember, and I'm going to do them around the same size. They're going to be rectangular. The shape of my lamp is going to be quite tall, so there we go. I've got a few crates on which to draw, and then what I'm going to do is start drawing some shapes inside them. So remember, 1, 2, 3, and this one has 4 sides, which is fine. You can have less than 5. Obviously if you just have 1, 2, 3, that's fine as well, although that shape isn't as complicated. So any shape really goes, it must have a flat base. Obviously you can't go to a point because it wouldn't stand up, so it must have a flat base of some sort. So you can see on this one, I'm going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's the 5th one there, so I need to stop. This one I'm going to go all the way to there, all the way from top to bottom, and then I'm just going to go, so 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do this slightly differently there. I've probably got enough space for another row of those, so I'm going to draw myself some more crates. So obviously depending on the space that you create for yourself, depending on how many of these little sketches you fit in. So you can see that I've got room for 10. So, and there's so many possibilities. That 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 5 sides. This one I'm just going to go. This one I'm going to go 1, 2, and then 3. That's fine. I'm going to do one going the other way. Some of them might be very similar. Try and make them different if you can. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 5. And one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And there we go. And we're going to use some of the techniques that we've learned previously. So I'm going to outline these shapes. So thick, rough, black line, just to make those stand out. Remember, designers use this technique because it's quick, it's easy, you don't need any colour. Just make those shapes pop out from the page. And you can probably see that as I do it, how they just pop out from the page as I use the outlining technique. Fairly easy. They're fairly easy shapes because they're obviously straight-sided. Last one, and there we go. So they're kind of my initial shapes. In fact, I'll probably title those initial shapes. I'm going to use my ruler just to underline that. There we go. Happy with that. So then we're going to use this kind of larger space here. I'm going to pick out maybe 2 or 3, maybe 4 of the shapes that I'm most interested in. And I'm going to draw this a little bit larger. So again, draw the crate. The crate you're going to use is rectangular, taller than it is wide. Not too worried about that. I know I quite like the first one actually, quite like this one. So there we go. No, it doesn't go all the way to the top, and then we've got a line here. Okay, and I'm going to outline it as I go this time. Yeah, quite like that one. This shape is going to be this one here. This is going to be very simple, quite a simple shape. I'm happy with those two actually. So what I'm going to do now is start to work out how the sides are going to work. And as we can see on the model here, you're going to have 2 sides. The sides doesn't have to go all the way to the top. It's going to be based along this kind of the side immediately on the left and the right. So for this one, well, we want this one, it's going to be a little bit easier. So what I'm going to do is, again, draw it a little bit larger this time. There's my crate. Draw the 2 sides. And this time we're going to use a bit of oblique, and we're going to just project a line at 45 degrees there, and 45 degrees here. Now I want the top line to be sloped in like that. So that's the one side. Now we wouldn't see the other side, so I'm just going to leave that for now. So it's quite difficult to visualize this in 3 dimensions until you make models, but that kind of gives us an idea of what's going on this side. The next one here, so it doesn't really matter where you position these drawings. Again, I'm just sketching quite loosely, quite quickly. That's this shape. So with this one, I'm going to again project out to 45. Again, I want the side to kind of slope slightly. So that's one side, like that. So we get an idea of what's going on this side of the shape. We could also try that in isometric. So for this time, what we need to do, instead of the crate being flat, we're going to draw the crate at 30 degrees. So we're using some of the drawing skills which we've learned. So I'm going to go for this shape. So that point is this point, so I'm just going to, and that changes the angle slightly of the line, and then this point goes down to here, and then I'm just cutting that corner off there, and that is the shape drawn in isometric. Now it's a flat shape because it's a flat sheet, it's not three-dimensional as such, but I want to show the kind of leg that comes off. It will come off here, and again I want it to be angled. There we go. I shouldn't really outlined it there. Should have outlined it afterwards. That's okay. Again, we get the idea. Do another one of those because I quite like that. So again, try and keep your crates similar size. Your ideas are similar size. You can see that these are similar size. These two here. I'll do that with this one. So remember, all this is the same box as this. It's just skewed to 30 degrees. So if we're looking for that point and that point on the bottom, okay, this is the same line as this line, then we can use that to help us determine the width of that line there. This line's going to come out, so I'm not going to do that. This time I'm going to kind of go straight from the top. So that's going to be my kind of folded leg, and then I'm going to wait, almost wait until I finish that to outline that. Remember, outlining goes all the way around. We leave this line alone. I think I might do one more. No, wait, no. So I'm kind of happy with the ideas that I've got now. A few ideas going on. Now what I want to do is I want to kind of plan out how this folds. So I want to do both ideas, and then I'm going to make both a model of both, the two models. So I've got two ideas. I have two ideas at least. You could have more if you've got more space. It probably works out that if you have two ideas and do an oblique drawing and two oblique drawings and two isometric drawings, you're probably going to pretty much fill the page. So what I'm going to do now is work out the net. Now for the net, I'm going to give you a piece of A5 card. Now A5, again, we don't have to be exact. Use half a sheet of A4, obviously. So you're looking at a rectangle that looks something like that. I've got room for one there. I've also got room for one up here, just about. And you can see that we're kind of going to use the card for the folds and for the front part as well. We just about fit those on to an A5 sheet. So for this shape up here, I want that in the middle, so I'm going to draw the crate for that. So we're going to imagine this is a sheet of material. I'm going to draw the crate on there, and then I'm going to draw the shape on. There we go. And then, as we can see from this this view, I'm going to have a leg coming out here. It's going to look something like that. And the other side, I'm going to have a leg that looks something like that. Now this will change slightly. The bottom of this will change. We're not too worried about working that out now. But that will end up being not curved, but it will end up being shaped. It won't be flat. But we'll find out that. You can see here that this bit goes up a little bit. This side goes up a little bit here. We're not too worried about that until we make a model. So what I suppose I'm doing is working out the net. Working out the net, three pieces that make up my lamp design. And obviously there's a fold there and a fold there. Again, outlining just goes all the way around. My second idea is this kind of more simple idea. Just two lines, and there we go, now we have it. Now for this one, I want the sides to go all the way to the top. So I'm just going to have a very simple idea that looks something like that. You don't have to use all of the space on the card, but do try to use as much of that space as you can, because it will waste less material when you come to make a model of it. I'm outlining that so we can see it. There we go. And that's my sheet beginning to kind of take shape. I've got a few spaces here, so I might have a go at drawing some different views. Maybe have a go at drawing this from the other side, so another isometric drawing of this one so we can see what's going on the other side. So remember, just an isometric crate, not a full 3D crate. And I might have a go at doing, well, I've got both sides of this one going on here, although that's flat, so I could do another crate like that and draw this one, which is a bit more complex, and then show what's going on this side. So this one's got a flap there. And there you go. See how quickly I'm outlining those, making those stand out. And there you go. So that's the first kind of process that you're going to add to your sheet, which is just a sketch and get an idea of the shapes, some ideas of shapes that you like, and then taking two of those shapes and then developing them a bit further and working out how they're kind of going to stand up and how they're going to fold. That's the first stage. Next stage, I'm going to show you some more. We're going to add some more presentation techniques to the page.